great. It's been hectic, but fulfilling.
Okay. Well, speaking of fulfillment, I'm just so glad you're my first interview in Hello Doctor. So, in my series of interviews and the stories I will be doing for Hello Doctor, you're my first subject. So, I'm really happy about it.
I'm so happy.
Yeah.
So the first of many great interviews for you, Kai, I'm sure, and I'm so happy to be the first one.
Thank you, Tiff. Well, it's May, right? It's Mother's Day month. So thank you
Mm-hmm.
for I know you've been interviewed so many times as a businesswoman, also as a mom and as a woman, right? Your the things you're into. But let's focus on motherhood because I know that it's probably the most important role or most important job you've ever done in your life. So Mother's Day was May 9. How did you and Keen celebrate?
Uh, well, for the first time, we stayed home, of course, because of uh, the lockdown and the restrictions. But also because he surprised me. I came up to him Mother's Day morning, and I was like, "So, what do you want to do today? Should we just like go around, do al fresco dining?" And then he said, "Well, I was thinking of cooking carbonara." I was like, "What, for dinner?" And he said, "Yeah, I'll try." So he cooked for us
Oh, that's
for
so
the first time ever. It was his first time to even slice a garlic or peel off a garlic. It's so funny, but I was so happy. It was simple, very simple, but of course, meaningful, sweet. And the only time I get to have rest days will always be when we have dinner together, when we bond, we watch a movie. So it was simple. We had dinner, and then we he also chose a movie for us to watch, and we did. So that's just about it. Nothing fancy, nothing biggie. It's all like very simple and just the two of us. So I'm so happy.
yeah. I'm so happy for you. I know the feeling. Even when my son cooks spam for me, for me that's the most delicious spam. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny though because he was kind of disappointed. It's his first time to cook and first time to cook carbonara. Like he would, of course, he knows how to fry hot dog, those simple mga easy to fry na food. But this time, talagang he cooked from scratch and I was so proud of him. But though he was kind of disappointed because he wanted the carbonara to be creamier,
Yeah.
but it didn't turn out creamier. So I was like, it's okay, I love it. So I was like, I ate like 2 full plates para lang he doesn't, feel bad about it. And yeah, it was like really nice, super nice.
Nice. That's nice. So Tiff, I know it has been a while, and you probably have quite a long story to share because Keen is already a teenager, right?
Yeah.
How young
Not
is
even
he?
he's 20.
He's
He's 20
20.
years old.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he turned 20. He turned 20 last month.
So you've raised a man, you've raised an adult.
I
Congratulations, Tiff.
did. Thank you.
Okay, I know this might be too much, but please share with us your motherhood journey. I don't know how you're gonna summarize 20 years in 3 minutes, but how did
Oh,
we were raised, right? We were raised to think that when you have a family should have a mother, a father, and a child or more, right? And we all want, we aspired for that, but not all of us were blessed with that. We had to
yes.
be, like you were given the important mission of being mom and dad to a
Mm-hmm.
man like him. So if you can share your motherhood journey, your story with us.
My gosh, this will make me cry. Of course, it wasn't an easy journey for myself and my son. I gave birth at a very young age. I was 18. And kind of lived in with my first boyfriend, which is his biological father. But it didn't work out. So before he turned a year old, I was already pro- solely providing for myself and him. And it was pretty difficult because being a teen mom, of course, well, I had guidance from my mom, but she was out of the country most times. Um, so pretty much it was myself, and syempre, you're a teen mom, you don't have financial support from anyone, and from the father of your son, you had to do everything para, makatipid ka. So I would do cloth diapers every single day, imagine. And then I would only use the disposable diaper at night or when we go out, which we rarely go out. And then I breastfed him for, gosh, almost 2 years. And then I had to, he was already growing up, I had to provide for him. So I had a choice whether to pursue and finish fourth year high school, because I was not able to graduate fourth year high school, or to get a job and provide for the both of us. Of course, I chose the latter. I took on numerous jobs. And I would always, while he was growing up and I was working, I would always make him understand the value of money, especially that I, um, I came from nothing. I didn't come from a well-off family. So I remember he would always say, like, when he was growing up, every time we go to a supermarket, a grocery store, and he wants something, even as simple as bacon or as simple as a little toy, he would be like, Mom, if you have enough money, if you get to save enough money, can you buy me this? So I knew that moment I was doing something right, because he was finally getting to understand the value of, that what I'm working hard for, or and uh, I didn't want him to also grow up hating on his father, or having growing up to have resentment. So I would, every time he asks about his father, I would just simply tell him he's busy, or he's busy with his school, he's busy with work. I wasn't also the type wherein just because they were in finance, or his family, or I mean, like, his father wasn't financially supporting me, I would be selfish and not let him visit my son. It was pretty difficult though, but I think after a year or two, he started visiting my son. And so he grew up knowing his father. But then again, no financial support, no other support. But I didn't take it against him, and I just wanted him to grow up, not having any resentment. And there are times though that I would ask him, actually, even now, even today, I would ask him, have you ever felt incomplete just because it was only myself, it's only mom, and you didn't have a dad to grow up with? And he would always say no. So I mean, for me, that's that's fulfilling, and I would always assure him that I know in your school you're surrounded with your friends and they have complete family, they have mom and dad. But I tell him that even if you don't have a father, even if it's just you and me, we're still complete. And you know, I'll do everything possible for you to have the best life and you know, the brightest future. And that's why I really work my life of night and day. And the best part is every Father's Day he greets me. He would always greet me, "Happy Father's Day, Mom." Yeah, because he knows I'm the mom and the dad of the family. And yeah, and every day his smile and the simple hugs and kisses I get from him, it's already a true testament and proof that, you know, that I did something right. And the fact that he's a selfless, amazing, wonderful human being is, you know, it's enough. I mean, and I kept telling, of course, I had self doubts before, but I continued and I continuously just keep telling myself that I am enough. I'm enough for my son. You know, he grew up to be this wonderful person. So,
Right.
yeah, yes.
Right.
So I hope I answered your question.
Of course, of course. Tiff, you've raised a man, right? A young adult. How was it like when he was going through his awkward years, no, adolescence? You're discovering. He was discovering girls, right? When he had questions about relationships and intimacy, was
Yeah.
he able to? Is that the kind of relationship where that you had with him, where, that he can ask you, talk about anything?
Um, yes, but also at the same time, there were topics that are too awkward for me. Excuse me. Every time I talk about my son, I cry. It's such a tearjerker. And you know, every time I like go back or think about all the things that we've been through, it's just I don't know, it triggers the emotional side of me. But yeah, there are parts that are yes and no, because there are parts that are awkward. And he grew up to be a very cautious kid, cautious in a way wherein he values how much I work hard. And I'm usually like straightforward with him, and I'm not like I have to talk about the birds and the bees. And no, I'm very straightforward, and I tell him like, you know, mom's story. I gave birth to you at a very young age, so I'm gonna be clear with you right now. I'm not ready for that. I know you're responsible, and I know I trust you. I can trust you, and I will always support you with your girlfriend, whoever you fall in love with, whoever you're happy with. But I don't want to be a grandmother yet. So I mean, like super straight to the point, like true story. So I tell him that like just be responsible. I know you already know this, and I fully trust you. So I don't want history to repeat itself. I want you to have your family, of course, when you're ready. When you're ready, when you know, when you can provide for your family. Um, but of course, if it'll be given to us, if that happens by accident, of course we will accept it. But right now, you know, I give him that those reminders, and of course, he would spend time with his father. Probably like twice a year. Twice a year, he would spend time with his father, so they get to have that conversation. So, um, there are topics that I leave it with him and his father. Or of course sometimes I also ask like my close male friends like, hey, if you can talk to my son, maybe you can, because again, like, it's still awkward for me, I swear. Yeah. And there was one time I found true story, I found, of course, syempre, I found a condom in his room. And the yaya came up to me and was like, ma'am, there's a condom in this room for the first time. And I was like, okay, well, we just have to accept it. At least he's being safe. Again, it's all about acceptance. It's all about
Yeah.
acceptance. And I guess, just trusting him and continuously reminding him, and, that, yeah. And he assures me that he's not ready for that. He doesn't see himself having a family at a young age, because again, like, he really wants to pursue his goals, of course, ambition, and what he wants to become in when he's ready, when he's fully grown up.
Okay. So you're a mom dad all these years. I mean, you don't show it, but I know it's so difficult, right? There are many times when you just feel like there's nothing more you can give, but you still have to give, right? They say
Yeah.
you can't pour from an empty cup, but when you're a single mom, no matter how empty that cup is, you have to be ready to pour. Diba?
Yeah.
Even when there's
True.
so
True.
okay, go ahead, Tiff. Go ahead.
Sorry. I'd say, like, I just have to make sure I never run out of cups, or I never ever will have an empty cup. It always has to be overflowing. You know what I'm saying? Um, Before I run out of what's in my cup, I have to take a break and recharge, put my own oxygen first.
Mhm.
um because if I go empty, I am gonna lose my mind. And especially when he was younger, unlike in a normal family setting, wherein when you're tired of your child, you just ask your partner, hey, take care of your child, like, I can't deal with this now, like, you do your thing with him, take care of him. Like, there's always somebody that you can just pass on your responsibility to. But when you're a single mom, acting as the father and the mom at the same time, there's no one else to do that. You have to be the one to um, deal with it, or face the good, the ugly, the bad, and those different moments you'll have with your child.
Right.
So yeah, so I cannot have an empty cup. Like, I always have to ensure that it has to be always overflowing, so I can continuously care for him, um as a happy mom.
Mm.
Because if I'm not a happy mom, we're both gonna be miserable. I think that's the best part of that's the best part of uh, uh, not the best part, but I think the best way to deal with with an ugly situation, or those moments wherein you have to deal with your child in not an ideal way, is you have to be happy. If you're a happy mom, it's easier to deal with those things.
So, how has motherhood changed you as a woman? I mean, for the better. Let's talk about the three best things about motherhood that has shaped you into the entrepreneur you are today, for example?
Oh, wow. Of course, uh, when you're a mom, there were, there are, there will always be fears that you never knew existed. Uh, it's like you're always mixed emotions. You're scared, like, and you have self doubts. Like, can I do this? Can I raise him on my own? Can I provide for him? And it still applies now. Like, what happens if this doesn't turn out well? Like, saan kami pupulutin ng anak ko? Or, should I just give him back to his father? Like, ikaw na bahala sa kanya. I can't do this anymore. I guess it taught me to, it's the grit, having that grit, whatever happens. Also, simple as it may, just looking at him, and I'm always grateful. So it's just radiating more gratitude every single day. And three, it really taught me to be selfless, truly, like, selfless. If it's not for, I guess, if it's not for myself being a mom, or especially being a single mom, I don't know if I can. I'm actually weak. I'm a very weak person. When I gave birth to Keen, that molded me to become like a strong woman, independent, and you, like, now I can just truly feel I can take on anything and just conquer the world because of what I've been through with my motherhood journey, which was not easy, and which is not your normal motherhood story. So, and those qualities, or those lessons, or those values, I guess, like, now that's also what I use to sustain the businesses or the companies that we have right now. I look at him, and he just, like, really fuels me to keep going. So it's the whole, I just keep, it's a reminder of everything that we've been through. So because of him, because of I just keep going. I continue to have that grit, and gratitude, and resilience, and just being selfless in a way, because he has a good heart. And I would always ask him, he has such a good heart, and I would always ask him, if it's just you and me, it's always easy to migrate to another company and start a new life, and we can live a simple life, mabubuhay tayong dalawa, and we don't have to be responsible for so many people. But, and I would kid around and say, so pack your stuff, are you gonna go with me? He's like, no. Like, why would you do that, mom? What's the sense? You have all these people depending on you, so there's no use if you give up now. You might as well just keep going and continue whatever you started. And so it's also because of him that I continue to build these businesses, these companies, continue to work hard, not because of the money, not because of acquiring or having like material things, but also because we just want to make a difference
Mm.
and be just continue to be selfless about it. And my personal savings, and he knows that, love, your future is already in the company for for the employee salary. And him, it's also all about, helping other people and becoming just selfless, and you just give and give and give.
Okay. I think originally I wanted to segue to the second part of this interview, diba, to your many businesses. But I think if you do that now, it would take away from the beauty of what you just shared about Keen.
uh,
Let me just say that Keen's life now is so intertwined with your causes, right? And I think it's wonderful, it's exciting because he will be continuing the legacy you're building, Tiff. Diba?
yeah, but he doesn't want to be my successor. Oh my gosh. He's like, Mom. He's like, Mom, I don't want to be, I am sorry. I cannot take on, like, I can't be your successor. I see you cry. I see you work. I see all your anxiety, your stress, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But like, of course, he's just like, like messing around with me. But yeah.
Yeah. But that means he's already thinking about it. And we just have right? He will I'm confident with you. You're still raising him. So I'm pretty sure he's emulating you, Tiff. And that's great news for everyone
Yeah.
in your different
Yeah.
businesses.
I did ask him last week during our Mother's Day dinner. I asked him, so what's your plan? Do you still want to become a pilot? And he said, I would love to, Mom, but then because he has a poor eyesight. But also because of what's happening, like I'd have to reassess my goals in life and my plans. And then I assured him, love, whatever you want to pursue in life, whether you still want to become a pilot or whether you want to be, I don't know, like anything to do with computer programming, cloud security engineer, whatever you want, I'll be supporting you all the way. And I also assured him that I don't want you to feel that just because I'm a single mom and when the time comes, you're gonna have your job and you'll provide for yourself, you're gonna be successful, you're gonna be earning. I don't want you to think that you're financially responsible for me. Like, as long as I live, I want to be that parent wherein even if I'm already 73 years old, I can still reach out in my wallet and like give him whatever I have, and like, here's 1,000 pesos, you buy whatever you want. Or I don't I told him, I didn't bring you into this world for you to work and provide for me when I grow old. That's not, I want you to live your life how you want it, as long as you're happy, as long as you're going to be healthy, as long as you'll be with someone you truly love. And yeah, so we do have our own talks. And he always asks me though, like, how about you, Mom? Like, don't you have plans, like um dating, or but he knows me, so focus his work. And he worries at times. And like, Mom, if you keep like if you keep being scared, you're gonna end up alone. But of course, I'm still gonna take care of you, but I want you to be with someone. And like someone to grow old with. Yeah, so
That's so nice of him. Okay, well, I look forward to meeting him. Um,
yeah, that's why,
right?
like, when you're ready, I can now, by the way, so Rockwell just said, like, I can now accept 5 guests in my unit, but of course we're still careful. I don't, sabi ko nga say, if you're gonna come out here, you're gonna be my first guest. My last guest was Gretch back in Feb, yeah. So yeah, it should be fine. I'm just here, and it's just me and Keen here at home. So
Okay.
and employees now, they come here. Like if I can't go to the office, they come here, but they stay in a staff house, or they're still safe. Yeah. So
Okay, okay. Well, my last question, Tiff. Lately I am meeting a lot of young single moms. And imagine if we had the chance to work real jobs or get out there and network and meet people face to face. These young single moms today are having to make ends meet working virtual jobs. There are some of them who work more than one, more than two, maybe. And there's that added burden, right? Not just to the mom, the mental and emotional effect of the pandemic, the anxiety, especially if their kids are babies. So, your word of advice to them, Tiff, how do they pull through a time like this?
gosh, I love that question. I do get a lot of messages and questions on my Instagram, like a lot, and I believe about 70% are single moms who follow me on Instagram. I keep, I want them to keep telling themselves that uh, they are enough for their child. Most single moms would stay in a situation, in a bad situation with their partner, because they're having so much self-doubts, that they have a mindset that they won't be able to make it if they don't have their partner with them, even if it's already an ugly situation. They're also scared because of the financial burden. Because again, when you're a single mom, you're responsible, or you're basically carrying a load that is meant to be for two. So there would be constant self-doubts when you're a single mom. But and I've been in that situation. So to all the single moms out there, continue to believe in yourself. Do not entertain self-doubts. That will be your number one enemy. If you entertain self-doubt and your fears, you won't be able to raise your child emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually. It will be really tough. So just continue to believe in your capabilities. Keep reminding yourself that nothing will there shouldn't be anything to hinder you from providing a better future for your son. And if you're in an ugly situation with a partner, please leave that situation. Again, you are enough. You're still gonna complete, even if it's just you and your child. What else? You have to stay strong. be more resilient than ever. You would be needing this for yourself and for your son. And of course, you have to have a strong support system. Um, don't deprive yourself with a support system. You need your friends around you. You also need to take a break. There will be times wherein you would just want to lock yourself up in a room and scream your heart out and like keep telling yourself, I can't do this anymore, and your child is next door crying and crying. It's tormenting. It can be really tormenting. That's why you need a strong support system. Take a break. Do not feel guilty if you're gonna leave your child with a friend, with your mom. Take advantage of that situation. This is the time wherein you can take a reset, re-energize, take a breather. You know what they always say during flights? You have to put your oxygen first before your child, because if not, you both will not survive. So you have to take time to take care of yourself. It always starts within you. It starts with yourself. You're not going to be able to take care of your child if you cannot take care of yourself. And of course, as much as it's easy to hate on the father of your child, don't do that. Don't ever say anything negative to your child about his or her father, because if it's not for him, you won't have your child. Every child is a blessing, of course, and you don't want your child to grow up with resentment. And you also don't want him to grow up carrying that anger, that hatred, that you kept telling him, diba? It's easy na, yung tatay mo, your anak is yung tatay mo, iniwan tayo. Don't say that. It's better to just focus on yourself, focus on your son, focus on the many things that you can do to provide for your son. There are many people who are always willing to extend help. So when people extend help, assistance, take advantage of that and use it to your advantage in a way that you are like a stepping stone to build your future. Right. Like if your mom is there to take care of your son, use that one to start building so you can focus on work, and then start on thinking like how you and your son can have your own house, or how you can provide for him that those little things. There are a lot of ways for you to do that. So yeah, and then you'll just be surprised. When you look at him, everything is just fulfilling, and just focus on the good. It's all worth it. And when the time comes that he can speak and he greets you a happy Father's Day, that's like the best feeling in the whole wide world. Like you both have happy Father's Day and happy Mother's Day in 1 year. So yeah, I guess that's about it.
Thank you, Tiff. You're really someone that, younger moms and I guess career women who are so driven to succeed but don't know where to begin. You're really someone that they can look up to. And of course, this ends our first interview with you. We are gonna have a lot more things to talk about in the future.